Hello, everybody. It is Friday night. Thank you for joining with me and hanging out on a Friday. I don't really go out much anymore, so here we are. I'm going to do the countdown and I'll see you guys in 30 seconds. Hello, and this is something new I'm trying. We'll see how it goes, but I thought let's all hang out a couple times a month, just me and y'all, and whoever wants to join in the fun. And there are so many reality shows that I watch that I'm probably not going to make a ton of videos on. So I feel like this is the perfect venue. Perfect. I don't know if venue is the right word. The perfect way to just kind of touch on little hot topics. Happy Friday, Sarah, from another Sarah. Happy Friday. All right. Let's talk Bravo for a couple minutes. I know probably some of you guys might not be watching Bravo. I'm not really following any of the Housewives franchises right now, but Vanderpump Rules and The Valley are my jam. And wow, was The Valley like a sleeper hit? Like, I feel like it started off and it was getting wrecked on Reddit and on Instagram. I was seeing people were like, this show is so dumb. But there was a real switch that happened. People started really hating on the direction that Vanderpump Rules went for season 11. And they started to really love The Valley, which was so interesting. So, season 11 of Vanderpump Rules is on the heels of Scandival, and it was showing. They filmed this 3 months after, or they started filming this season 3 months after all of this went down. So, March of 2023 is when the affair everyone gets notified, finds out of the affair, and then I guess summer of 2023 is when they started filming season 11. So not a whole lot of time has passed. And I guess one of Ariana's like hard lines in the sand is that she was not going to film with Sandoval. And of course, they're still living in the same house, and why are they still under the same roof? Not It seems like both of them are kind of digging their heels in as far as they're not going to let themselves get screwed out of what's rightfully theirs with the house. And so yeah, and we saw Lala and um Sheena really kind of be nasty this season, and they're getting really frustrated with Ariana because it seemed like this season they wanted Tom Sandoval to be able to like redeem himself, and nobody watching the show was interested in a Tom Sandoval redemption arc. And so it was like, no, thank you. And like hating on Ariana for getting like Dancing with the Stars and all these like battery sponsorships, trash bag sponsorship, like hating on her for making the most out of a really traumatic situation. Not a good look. And so I've listened to some of like Lala and Sheena's podcasts, and Lala certainly, I just don't feel like has the self-awareness to like understand that it's bad take. Like, she is on the wrong side of history. So that is where we are. And now we've learned that with Vanderpump Rules, they're not going to be filming this summer. So the show is on pause, and a lot of people have suspected that it's because Ariana is hosting Love Island, so maybe they'll film later. Show hasn't been canceled, but they're not they're not going to be filming this summer like they usually do. Hello. Tom is a total jerk. I never liked him. I never understood why Ariana was with him. And if you guys are following like the Reddit tea right now, like Billy Lee is kind of spilling all the tea about Tom Sandoval. And someone made a really good point on Reddit. Like, Ariana was so loyal to him. Like, he really underappreciated her just kind of blind loyalty, because he's certainly not getting that from anyone in his circle these days. Let's talk about the Valley. I am from the Valley. I was like, I am loving the concept of like these former party people growing up, starting families, and let's see what that's like. And then it's like, well, nobody's grown up here. And I feel like Kristen got the shaft in the end of this season, because mean girl Janet, you guys will have to let me know what you guys think of Janet. She like tried to ice Kristen out. We saw the last like 3 episodes, we saw Kristen like sporadically. And yes, happy Pride Month. Thank you, Sarcasm, for, I should have opened with that, but happy Pride to all. Thank you so much. Do we think it's going to be fall or next summer? Who knows? Who knows? I don't, honestly, Vanderpump Rules has been struggling, has been having, I feel like, an identity crisis for a couple years now. Now that these people are, the show was the best when these people were all broke, struggling, like aspiring models and actors, and they were working at SUR and hooking up, and it was all just like a mess. That was like the peak of Vanderpump Rules. Now that everyone's like living in $1 million houses, and it's like nobody works at SUR anymore. Why is Lisa even a part of the show? Who knows? Like, I feel like the show is having an identity crisis. A lot of people have been speculating that perhaps, especially Lala and Sheena, because they bought houses in the Valley, that they would be migrating from Vanderpump to the Valley. But the creator, Alex Baskin, is he casting, or the creator? He said there's not going to be any casting changes for season 2 of the Valley. What I am super irritated about is that we did not get a reunion for the Valley. Is that because of all the legal issues that are going on at Bravo? A lot of housewives are suing each other. They're suing Bravo. They're claiming Andy is, not the best guy in the world. So what is going on? Hello. And yes, happy Pride. The Valley got wild for real. Yeah, it did. It somehow became like the mess we needed in our lives. Sahar, thank you so much. Your perspective, I've always felt, is so spot on. I love all your videos, Sarah. Have an awesome weekend. Thank you so much. Appreciate the compliment. All righty. So that's kind of Bravo. That's where I'm at. I've been told I need to watch Summer House. So but there's like 8 seasons, and I feel like I need to start from the beginning. So I need to like do that. I have the time now. Now that, who knows when we're going to be getting season 19 of Sister Wives, probably the fall, like it's been the last 2 years, but I was hoping McKelty's tea was right, and that maybe we would get it in spring, but we didn't. Who was watching Seeking Sister Wife? Bless This Mess, season 5 was so good. And I know because in if you guys are members of the Facebook group, I know there was a thread about this in the Facebook group and people are like horrified by Seeking Sister Wife. So it certainly isn't for everyone. But it's no MILF Manor. So there's that. I feel like it has a leg up on MILF Manor as far as depravity. But yeah, Seeking Sister Wife, the Merrifields were Merrifielding. The Davises, now the tea is, so the old tea, slightly lukewarm tea on the Davises was they knew this Jasmine gal from like 2021. There were pictures that surfaced on, oh, thank you. Sorry, I get distracted by the chat. Definitely can see your weight loss. You look fabulous. I'll touch on because I'm going to be doing like a weight loss video this weekend. I was supposed to do it last weekend, but you know, life. And so I'll be doing one this weekend. And yeah, so I'll at the end we'll talk some weight loss because I just picked up, man, if you want some like drama in your life, try filling a prescription for Zepbound or Mounjaro right now because it is like down to the wire. Like, will I miss my next shot? And yet I somehow have always pulled it out of my ass. But I'll touch on that a little bit later. Yes. By the way, I love MILF Manor. It was perfect garbage television. It really is. It like I listened to several podcasts about reality TV. One of them that I really love is Reality Cray Cray. I love the 90 Day Gaze. I love the Shit Talk podcast. One of the things that Matt Maher from 90 Day Gaze, or they're actually Reality Gaze now. Sorry, I'm an OG listener back when they were 90 Day Gaze. Is to not think about it too much. Like these storylines, especially if you're watching like Love After Lockup, some of these cast members are incredibly problematic. So don't think about it too much. Don't put like, gosh, with 90 Day Fiance, it's like, oh, we're canceling Angela, we're canceling this person, we're canceling that person. Oh my gosh, they're all cast for this season of Happily Ever After. What happened? So yeah. So I can only watch it through a YouTuber reacting to it. Yeah. Oh, I meant to include Unexpected and I forgot in this. So that'll be for right now too. Unexpected just started, which is of course TLC's answer to Teen Mom, because apparently we just need multiple options of documenting teen pregnancy. And my God, I don't know what terrifies me more because I have a boy and a girl. I don't know if I'm more scared of raising a dumbass daughter that could get pregnant or a dumbass son who knows so little about reproduction that he just is willy-nilly with his willy. Like, I don't know what terrifies me more as a parent. And I'm watching these kids and they're kids. One couple on this show, both of them are 15. Another couple, the gal is 18 and the kid is 16. And it's like, oh my God, like I weep for the future. It's so sad. That was a tangent. But Seeking Sister Wife. So anyways, Unexpected is just a train wreck. And it's really sad to see like teen pregnancy and you just want to throw all the condoms at people. Like, oh my God. Like this is why. And I went to a Lutheran school I went to 2 different Lutheran schools, but from 1st grade to 12th grade, I was in Lutheran school, 7th grade to 12th grade at the same school. My sex ed was a joke. Like it was wait till you get married type of thing. Like what's a virgin? My mom always makes this joke because my birthday is October 14th. So oftentimes I would have like Halloween themed birthdays. And on one, I think it was like my 7th birthday, I had a sleepover and we watched Hocus Pocus. And we asked my mom what a virgin was. And my mom said that her answer, because of course we were 7. So, my mom's answer was 2 people that aren't married. But that is essentially Lutheran high school sex ed in a gist, the gist of it. But it's like, my God, you send these dumbasses because these kids are dumbasses. And if you don't think your kid's gonna be a dumbass, you're I feel like you're thinking the wrong way, right? And I just it's like, where are we? And you know what the other really sad thing is on this show is like the pregnant 16-year-old is joined by her 30-year-old mom who had her at 16, joined by their like 50-year-old grandma who had her at it. So it's like just this cycle that keeps repeating. It's Whitney, I was a teen mom and those shows are not how my life was. Thank you, Whitney. They are embarrassing as fuck how they act. And to think that you hear of these like pregnancy packs and stuff that go through schools, and you hope that these kids are not thinking that this is glamorous. But then you see like Jenna, she's on Unexpected. She's 19 now and she's been on for a couple seasons. Oh, like I'm looking, maybe I fall pregnant in high school and I look at Jenna on Unexpected and she's living on her own. She's doing her own thing at 19 and she has a kid and she's making it all look like it works. But, that's not the reality for so many people. My 7th grade science teacher was basically who gave me the talk. Yeah. So a lot of grandparents having to be parents again. Yeah, it's hard. Oh my goodness, Charlene. Hi, Sarah. My daughter got pregnant at 14 and she had twin girls at 15. God bless you, Charlene. Oh my goodness. That has to be so incredibly difficult. Luckily, my brother had his first kid at 25 and then the next kid at like, I don't know, 27 or 28 or something. And so my brother, who's 15 months older than me, has a 13-year-old and like a 10-year-old. And so he gets to be this like young, cool dad. So that is like cool. I was 35 when I had my son. And so it's like geriatric pregnancy. So it's like, what's better? What's worse? Well, certainly being prepared would be better, but I digress. Is the show on Max? Yes. Unexpected is on Max. So you can watch it there. It's really sad. It's really sad how little we especially I think it's sad how little we prepare girls who are capable of getting pregnant. It's like we want to put our fingers in our ears and go blah blah blah. Like no, but it's like isn't education better than the alternative? Anyways, I can go on and on. That's not what this stream is for. Seeking sister wife. I had a boyfriend at 15. We agreed nothing until 18 because we were afraid of pregnancy. Yeah. Yeah. That's actually very self-aware for 50. I was definitely not that self-aware at 15. Yeah. I think the pendulum has fallen the opposite way. Unfortunately, I know many people who waited until it was too late to have children. Yeah. I wish we as a society could find between too young and geriatric. Isn't that like, okay, how about like 28, 29, 30, right? Oh my goodness. So Seeking Sister Wife season 5, I know a lot of people were like, so like, what am I watching? So when Seeking Sister Wife first started, it was more so, I feel like, TLC attempting to recreate magic with what they had with the Brown family, because it featured, I want to say, mostly fundamental Mormon families that were seeking to add a sister wife. But now the show has gone like a completely different direction. It was interesting because obviously, like, the Merrifields and the Davises are the ones in the picture. They are like the heavy hitters. They are the ones like carrying the show. Everyone else was kind of like sprinkled in throughout. We had the Salahuddins, who were a Muslim couple who were interested in adding a wife. I don't, and honestly, we didn't see very much from them, only that they would like antagonize Naeem's mom because she was like very, very anti-polygamy. Turns out via Reddit sleuths that they are first cousins. So that was some tea that came out. And that was pretty much, I mean, they just antagonized Naeem's poor mom the whole season. Then we had the Sherwoods, who it was so incredibly heartbreaking because this dude, so their little like quirk that made them different was that Ashley was seeking a sister wife for herself, and Shane was not going, it wasn't going to be anything with Shane. It was going to be a sister wife for Ashley. And turns out Shane has been battling cancer. It was really sad. And then it ends up not working out with the couple of the one thing that this season did give us was this date between this lady Grace and Shane and Ashley, and it was like Grace was like this awful person. Here, hold on. I actually still have this loaded up from our other live stream. So this was Grace.
Typically, I don't really care if people like me or not. Like, I communicate with the universe, and it's called channeling. So you understand what therapy is, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you fix your problems.
I'm sorry. Have you been to a therapist before?
Have not.
Okay, that shows.
I mean, as someone who goes to therapy, I could never imagine asking someone, have you been to a therapist? And them saying no, and me going, it shows. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So yes, are they truly cousins? I don't know if they're like, I don't know, because I did not verify that, but I think so. I have not seen it refuted. So how about that? So yeah, the Sherwoods, apparently they did give an update that Shane did have to have another surgery, and that went well. So hopefully, they have 2 young kids now, and hopefully he stays cancer free. That is the hope. They revealed, they did a Reddit Ask Me Anything while the season was airing, and they said that they were seeking a sister wife for Ashley before they found out about Shane's health issues. So I don't know, because a lot of people were like criticizing them, like, why on earth would you do this when you like have cancer? Like, I several podcasts I've listened to, the hosts have been like, if I have cancer, I kind of want it to be about me. Like, call me selfish, but yeah. And I find validity in that. So anyways, then we had the Ryans, who we said goodbye to the Sherwoods and the Salahuddins like 2 episodes ago, and that was like, okay, we wrapped up their storylines. For some reason, we have these heavy hitters, the Merrifields and the Davises. For some reason, TLC or whoever the production company was like, let's just drag the Ryans to the finish line. And turns out they're still like this gal Yari that they were dating, who very much didn't want to be in a plural situation. She wanted to only date Justin and have Justin only date her. They're still in contact with her. That threw me. Oh, and we learned that Justin and Becky are like super creepy stalkers who can't take no for an answer. And they went and like literally ambushed this gal they were dating, and she didn't even want to appear on camera. She wouldn't even give her actual name. So they had to like fuzz her out, and all we hear is Becky yelling about having to go get tested. It was a mess. Plus, Becky grew up in a crazy cult. I feel like we can call it that. Her stepdad was this guy, Tony Alamo. Oh my God. So crazy. So then we had like the Merrifields, of course. Danielle turns up pregnant after, she already has 2 kids with Garrick. Somehow she managed to not get pregnant for 14 years. And then poof, Garrick is off in Brazil for 6 weeks and I'm pregnant. Danielle really knows how to mess up Garrick's life. That is for sure. It's kind of sad. I saw someone pose a question on Reddit. Can you tell I spend a lot of time on Reddit? I've been mostly in the Karen retrial subreddit, but I still do my due diligence with all the others. And someone posed a question like, what would have happened if Danielle had said no to polygamy? And methinks she wouldn't be with Garrick anymore, because I think Garrick would have divorced her. So, but yeah, now they have a 1-year-old girl. And Garrick apparently like baptized some new gal from Brazil, another gal from Brazil. And does this dude have any? You only get so many shots at a K1. You just can't be trying to traffic women into this country, or you're not supposed to, anyways. So, does he even have a shot? Is he gonna like abandon his family in Colorado and just move to Brazil? He hinted that he would consider doing that with Roberta. I don't know if we ever heard about that with Natalia, but this dude is just a creep. He's just a grade A creep. Why did Ick start looking in Brazil again if he had already been denied? Oh, that's an excellent point. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, he tried to marry Natalia in Brazil, and Brazil was like, we don't want you here. Oh, man. That is an excellent point. Yeah, why is he staying? And is this like a weird like fetish thing that he has? It's unsettling, because it seems like, Natalia said in her like interview in the last episode that Garrick wanted like total submission. And does he think he's gonna obtain that easier via a language barrier and maybe like a bigger economic disparity between him and whoever he's dating in another country? Because like, why do you keep, and these women are not dumb. Both Roberta and Natalia, both by the end of their relationships with Garrick, were fluent English speakers. They didn't necessarily, like, Roberta didn't necessarily want to come to the United States. She wanted to be with her mom. And, now that turned into Danielle and Garrick claiming that, they were scammed by Roberta. But I don't know. Like, I feel like there is a possibility Roberta genuinely had affection for Garrick and Danielle and was down with the situation, but maybe wanted to live in Brazil. I don't know. It's like, I feel like they grossly underestimate these women that they are trying to lure in. And I think that they think that it's easier pickings, and that's gross. That's super gross. So I have so many of these. Garrick is a huge creep. Scammers claiming to be the scammies. Exactly. Exactly. And then we have the Davises. And if you guys have been part of our Monday night live streams with Amanda um and James, you will know that I have liked the Davises. This is me liking Cody for the first 4 seasons of Sister Wives. I I found like if this works for them and they're happy, who are we to deny people their happiness? If nobody is getting hurt, if nobody's doing anything illegal, if it's all consensual, sure, go for it. And then it started getting really weird. When Danielle left the first time and then she came back, and April was like harping about her making like financially independent decisions. It was like, that's weird. That makes me uncomfy. Um, and then of course, like there's all this fraud with their storyline, with them basically dating a girl they dated several years ago. But that's the thing about this show. And this is why I think we go so long in between seasons, is because it's just so hard to cast. Like we saw, I think even the Salahuddins, like their little blurb at the end said, yeah, they tried to get back out there in the dating world, but they got catfished and stood up. So it's not easy being plural. That's for sure. Nick, sorry. On this medication, caffeinated beverages, I have a diet cream soda in here. I could lie and say it's water, but it's not. Carbonated beverages sometimes make me burp, so I'm sorry. Super attractive, I know. Nick makes me as sick as Ick does. At least Nick doesn't bring God into his mess. But you know what was funny is when the one gal, like, or Jasmine, was like trying to go on and on about like all these religions she's studied and how her mom was like a pastor or something. And he was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, let's not get sacrilegious about it. I was like, okay. Weird hill to die on, but okay. But yeah, like, and then my biggest thing with the Davises is who's watching this little 1-year-old girl that is they're having all this time in their like big huge bed that could fit 20 people, and even in one shot there was like a little ball pit at like the end of the bed, not on the bed but on the floor at the end of the bed. And it's like, who watches Vera? Who watches Vera? I wonder. Sarah, you're the reason I started watching Seeking Sister Wife. I am sorry. I'm sorry. So for some reason, season 1 isn't available. Season 1 was so good, you guys. It had the Briney family and they were nuts, like nuts. Season 2 is really good. Seasons 2 and 3 feature the Aldridges, which Vanessa Aldridge is Mitch Thompson's sister, Mitch Thompson being Aspen's brother, Aspen's husband. So his sister is on this show, and they also brought a ton of entertainment because they dated this girl named Jennifer who like faked her own death to stop like dating them, and that was hysterical. Season 2 had a tell-all, and then we had no more tell-alls. This is another show that needs a tell-all. So yeah, I agree. The last 30 seconds of the series finale was jam-packed. I wanted to know more about it as well. Oops. How does Nick think and watch a baby at the same time? Yeah, that's hard. Isn't his brilliant mind busy with math and physics? My favorite scene, one of my favorite scenes, because Seeking Sister Wife has had a lot of good scenes. One of my favorite scenes was when their first season, was this only the second season with them? So last season, season 4, when April and Jennifer are like crying because he is just so smart and he just tells them all the things. I found that to be so funny. Have I seen Prison Brides? No, I haven't. I need to though. It's on A&E, and currently I have no way to watch A&E shows. I think I have to. I don't know if A&E has their own streaming platform, because I think I looked into watching it one day and I was like, this is not playing on any of the millions of platforms that I pay for. So I just like was like, oh, I'm over it. But I would love to watch it. I heard there's people on that show that have like some serious charges. Love After Lockup, if you guys watch Love After Lockup, it's mostly people that are, it's like not petty crimes, but like not like murder. Actually, there's one gal, Sarah, her name's Sarah, on Life After Lockup. I don't know if she'll still be ongoing for it, but she was like, had the most serious charges. She had like manslaughter charges, murder or manslaughter charges. I don't know. But anyways, but I heard that some of the people on Prison Brides had some like serious gnarly charges. Yeah, that's what I had, Sarah. A&E and Lifetime aren't on YouTube TV, and it infuriates me. Yeah, so I had YouTube TV, and I've since discontinued it because I have literally like I pay for Peacock, I have Hulu, I have Paramount Plus, I have the Hulu bundle with Disney and ESPN, so I have all of that. I literally have like there is nothing I don't have access to except for like A&E and Lifetime. Oh, and like WeTV, because I always watch Love After Lockup on YouTube now the next morning, but I have to watch it early because it always gets, the people that upload it always gets deleted. So to get A&E and Lifetime, I had to get a streaming service. I might have to just buy the bullet. Dude, I paid $20 for Netflix. I pay like, I don't know, like $40 for the Hulu Disney bundle, which don't even get me started on Disney right now. I have like a bone to pick because for some reason Disney, like the kid safe version of Disney doesn't have any of like the Disney movies. It's all like Bluey and some like animated TV shows. Like my kid likes Treasure Planet. What is so adult about Treasure Planet that it can't be on like Disney Junior or whatever? Moana, like a lot, like all these basic Disney movies. Cars. Like what? Why isn't that on available on Disney Junior? I have to go onto mine. And the whole reason why I wanted like a kid version, like how you have on Netflix and stuff, is because now that Disney has merged with Hulu, my like the other like a while ago, my daughter was watching Rick and Morty. And I was like, no, ma'am. Like what? You log on to Disney, the first thing you see is like American Horror Story. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a good point. Some old Disney movies portray harmful stereotypes, so they're probably trying to avoid conflict. They do on a couple of them, like Aladdin. I know they have like a disclaimer. I think that maybe Pocahontas. Oh, Peter Pan, they do as well. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I just don't want my kid watching American Horror Story or Rick and Morty. Oh man. Okay. Let's talk about this, you guys. The Baldwins. Did you hear that Alec Baldwin, like legitimate actor Alec Baldwin, is going? How do I get rid of this? Oops. How do I get rid of it? Anyways. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be in a reality show featuring his 7 minor children, and not like, oh, we're about to be 18, like the one's a baby. We have Truly Brown right there. I feel like we give the Browns some grace because like when they went on TV and signed up for the TV show, like the thought around like protecting children wasn't what it is now. It is very interesting to me that Alec Baldwin, in the midst of a manslaughter trial that's going to be starting next month, has signed up to be on a TV show. And I didn't really know anything about his wife except for like a year or so ago. Like she was the talk of the town on Reddit because she apparently is from Boston. Her moniker that she goes by is either Ilaria or Hilaria, but she was born Hillary and she's from Boston, and she has basically Rachel Dolezal'd herself to from my understanding, like co-opt Spanish culture. She portrays herself as Latina. I don't know if she is Latina or not, but she like talks with a fake accent, and people have called her out on that. It is very interesting that these two controversial adults are now going to put themselves and their kids on national TV. I don't know. I think this is slated for 2025, so we won't be getting this till next year, but still, I don't know. Could that not have waited until after the trial? I don't get it. I'm 95% Andy Cohen said they wanted Hilaria on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I saw that too. Not saying I wanted her on there, but I feel like that would have been a much better alternative. Yeah, like focusing more on her. This clearly, just by this like ad, it's kid focused. And that's the whole thing with TLC, right? Like atypical families. So, okay, let's do two famous people that have a whole shit ton of kids. TLC loves when you have a whole shit ton of kids. Yes, Emily, remember the awful voicemails he left for his daughter Ireland? Yeah. Yeah. Alec needs cash for his legal defense. I hope, look, so personally, I find Alec Baldwin to be kind of blech. I don't particularly care for him. I remember seeing a story of him getting into like a physical altercation on a plane over playing like Words with Friends. This was like several years ago. And but I loved him on 30 Rock. No, it's like he was funny on SNL, but you know, he seems to be a very polarizing person. And from what came out during Hannah Reid's trial, or yeah, Hannah Reid on she was the armorer that was just sentenced to 18 months in prison for the Rush shooting. From what came out about Alec during her trial is Alec's not a very nice person. I mean, I don't think that surprises anybody, but yeah. So this is going to be interesting. And I noticed her kids are all like, I don't know her kid. One of her kids' names is Ilaria, and like they're all these like very Spanish names. And it's like, if you're not even Spanish, I don't know. Like my grandpa was born in Indonesia. I am like somewhere between like a 32nd and a quarter Indonesian. I don't know the exact specifics because he was part Dutch, part Indonesian, but he was born and raised in Indonesia. If I named all of my kids like historic Indonesian names, I think people would be like, you know? uh it was interesting. Lynette or Lynn, sorry. TLC has really lowered their standards. I mean, here's the thing. TLC is putting on what they think people will watch, right? And what was really, I was shocked to see MILF Manor come back for a second season. Every single person that I had talked to, I mean, did I watch MILF Manor season 1? Yeah. But like, I didn't report on it. It was horrifying. It was so uncomfortable. The plot of season 1 was these like 40, 50, 60-year-old women what were going to be dating younger men, but the younger men were all the sons of all the other women, and it was really uncomfortable to witness. And this season it's just MILFs, so 40, 50, 60-year-old women, and just guys that they're not related to, younger men. And then their dads have joined in on the fun. So it's a little bit of a different twist that's a little bit more palatable, but still uncomfortable. So not all shows should go into production. This is not new and this is not innovative. Yes, I agree, Lizzie. Considering it was originally the Learning Channel, I haven't learned very much from TLC. I've learned because back in the day, man, all the shows were about families with multiples. And I just learned how unethical some fertility doctors were. Like, I went to college really close to where Octomom lived. And actually, one time I went to the movies and I saw her there. So this was in like 2008, 2009. And I remember like reading up on her story. And it's like, how is that fertility doctor like not in jail? Like, by the grace of God, none of those children died. She didn't die, but like putting that many eggs into at one time is so unethical. But that's like how you get like the John and Kate +8. Because I mean, I don't know. I don't know very much about fertility treatments, but I don't think they typically put like 6, 10, however many 8 embryos in at a time. If they do, let me know if I'm wrong about that. Yeah, women aren't really supposed to have 6 to 8 kids in one pregnancy. Look, my mother-in-law is a triplet, a natural triplet. It's her and 2 boys. So she calls them her twins, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so she is a natural triplet. That is tough. That's tough. They made the paper when she was born because it was in the 60s, the early 60s, and this was like a modern marvel. That all 3 survived. Mom survived. Like, everyone was good. 2 to 3 embryos at most. Okay, thank you for letting me know. My hubby is Cuban and he laughs at Hilaria's accent. Good to know. My husband's from Boston, and all of my in-laws, nobody has tried to co-opt the Spanish culture. So I don't know if that's like a typical thing for people from Boston to do. Oh man. All right. I certainly am interested to see what this looks like. It's interesting to me too when you guys say that she was trying to be courted on Real Housewives, because I could totally see that. Why Beverly Hills though? I did hear Beverly Hills, but they live in New York. Why wouldn't she be on Roni? I wonder. But yeah, like are they going to have an aspect of the show be like, because I don't know, you guys. I honestly, what happened on that rest set was a lot of negligence, but I don't know if I believe that Alec Baldwin deserves to go to jail, because I don't think he intentionally set out to like shoot and kill someone. I think he's pompous. I think he's arrogant. I think he has a big ego. And I think a lot of things transpired that were just a series of unfortunate events. But I honestly have a hard time even getting my mind around the fact that he's charged with manslaughter here. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what you think. Um, but does he have lawyers? He has to. Speaking of a lot of kids, whatever happened to Octomom? I saw like a follow-up on her. Like her kids are like adults now, I think. Wait, how long ago was that? Yeah. Her kids are like, I mean, they're at least teenagers. It was crazy. Agree. Yeah, I doubt he planned again. Yeah, I don't. Will he get probation or house arrest? Is that why he's doing a TV show? Interesting. I don't know. Like, you know what's so interesting is this Hannah Reed, the armorer, she got like the book thrown at her. She got like the max sentence. So I'm kind of worried for Alec Baldwin. I don't think he's gonna fare well in prison if he goes. So good call out. Black Swan props can fail, just like what happened to Brandon Lee when filming The Crow. Yeah. First ever comment left in the chat. Love your channel and you look amazing. Thank you. Oops. I don't think Alec intended to hurt anyone, but I feel he is negligent as the producer. Oh, good point. He is also the producer and as an actor handling those props. Look, do I think there's validity in all these civil lawsuits happening? Yup. And what was shocking to me, you guys, is that they still want to finish this movie. Like, could we say probs not on rest and just call it a day? I think being trapped in a house with 7 unruly kids might be worse than jail. I just have a 1-year-old and almost 5-year-old, and yeah, that sounds like straight up not a good time. All right, let's wrap up with some Sister Wives talk. Not a whole lot going on. I did see some pictures surface of like Gabe, Savannah, and Janelle at Disney. And then there's another picture that Peyton was in. And in both, I forget what picture it was that Peyton was in, but you could see like Peyton has a tattoo of like a constellation. And then in one picture that Janelle posted of them at Korean barbecue, you could see Gabe's arm has something like to the stars written on it. And she confirmed that these are all tribute tattoos to Garrison. I think that's really lovely. So, it will be interesting to see. It looks like we're going business as usual into season 19. It's looking like it's going to premiere around the same time the seasons 17 and 18 did, which was late summer, early fall. Season 17 premiered in September. Last season premiered in August. So I would think we're probably looking at an August for season 19. Yeah, I think a lot of the kids got tattoos for Garrison. That is so sweet. Thank you for making these for everyone. I'm from Texas and just started a West Coast job, so this is keeping my last couple of working hours so much more interesting. Yay! Yeah, it is super sweet. And of course, like it's gonna be so weird watching the show because I mean we know they're coming back for season 19. Like, what do? Do you speed up the timeline and rush to current events because obviously that is so relevant to everyone's life right now, all of the Brown family's life right now? Or do you still go with what you were planning, which is showing Christine and David's road to the altar and the birth of McKelty's twins and all of the probably Cody and Robin renewing their vows? Like, is this all what we're going to see? It seems hollow in a way, but also like, is that better to do it that way? I have no idea. I'm so conflicted. Are they going to address something right off the bat, right out of the gate? Also, it seems like Cody really had the opportunity, in my opinion, to do a lot of image rehabbing these last few months, and he's done nothing. You would think, oh, let me be photographed out and about with my kids, like bonding. Like, he doesn't have to go on and do interviews or anything. But Janelle has like posted on social media. She's, in North Carolina. She's visiting her kids. She's making her life all about her kids. I mean, we already knew her life was all about her kids. But you would think, like, if you're Cody, like, wouldn't you want to take this opportunity when maybe hearts are open to maybe heal? But it doesn't look like that. It looks like things are as fractured as ever. I've even noticed McKelty hardly talks about like her dad. Like, we used to get like, oh, I was just talking to my dad, or I was just talking to Robin, or we were just down in Flagstaff. We haven't heard like anything like that lately. So it really makes me wonder if pretty much everyone's cut Cody off. That would say a lot, right? Janelle is mature. Nothing about Cody is mature. Yes, that is an understatement. Cody can't even let Christine get married. Now he has to remarry Robin. Yuck. I'll fast forward through those scenes. Yeah, I speculated months ago that I could see that being like, because he did a cameo maybe like a year ago where he said, oh, Robin and I just got done filming something special. And it just made me think, like, you guys are doing a vow renewal, aren't you? I bet. And nobody is going to want to see that. Nobody's happy for you. Just take your toys and go home. Danielle Merrifield was able to hide a pregnancy and birth. I would just fall over if Robin had another kid. Or Cody tried dating. Yeah. Oh my gosh. For months with the Merrifields, I think they listed their house. And people saw like in some of the listing photos, like a swing. And people were like, oh my God, someone had a baby, or they're courting someone that has a baby. And the sleuths were right. Danielle had, and yeah, she kept that a secret for a year. A year. All right, Marie. I'm not gonna watch the new season. Sarah and the gang will keep me up to date, and no ratings for Krusty. And that's the thing. Everyone's gonna make the decision for themselves. What they want to do. It's going to be, if they don't address it right away, it's going to be the thing that's looming, right? The entire season. If they don't incorporate that at all and wait until like season 20, which is when it would fall like in how the timeline is progressing on the show, I feel like that would be strange. That would be a strange choice. But yeah, it viewers will answer and let production know with their views what they will accept and what they won't accept. So Aurora got married. What? I don't think so. Oh, I saw a rumor Robin's daughter got married. I thought possibly because they were bringing up the fact that she like was talking to a boy. I thought maybe they were gonna maybe next season introduce her going on dates. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think she got married. Garrison or Gabe even made the joke that they haven't seen their dad for 9 months. Then somebody said, "Oh, yes, that was." It was definitely one of those two. I want to say it was Gabe, but it could have been Garrison. Yeah. Yeah. How sad. How sad. Cody wanted everyone to feel sorry for him during his divorce, so how sorry for himself after this sad loss. Yeah. That's what you read she was dating in the last season. It'll be interesting to see. Isn't Aurora the same age as Maddie and McKelty when they got married? I think she's older. Maddie was like 19. I think both Maddie and McKelty were like 19 or barely 20 when they got married. Very young. All right, you guys, this was so much fun tonight. Thank you for joining me, everyone. And I'll see you guys in some videos this weekend, so don't fret there. But this was fun, and we will have another live stream, Sarah's reality roundup. Let me pull up my calendar. On the 21st, June 21st. So in 2 weeks. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you on Monday because we in our live stream. So I'll see you live on Monday, but I'll see you before that. When James and Amanda and I talk about Sister Wives, and yeah, have a good night. Have a good weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye.